Welcome to a special dinner with yours truly here in Hana Dragon. 6:14 p.m. EST in Hokkaido, Montreal, live on Facebook. I am grateful, thankful that my rent is paid in full, electricity bill is paid in full for the month of June. One half of my phone bill is paid in full as well, and to that trinity of bills being paid, fourth dimension have food on my table. Go live stream on this live stream event from Hokkaido, Montreal, and recorded with my computer, posted on my raw, real, revolutionary, philosophical, artistic, and athletic, and poetic, and geopolitical analysis and theorist work, which have been done in the past days, weeks, and years. So for a BLT, bacon, lettuce, tomatoes, and a good dinner, a good plate, probably gonna eat it slowly and enjoy it. I'm gonna say a blessing for it. I cooked it. Leaders of the free world, what did y'all have for dinner? Who cooked for you? Did you cook for yourselves? Lunch? Open question. How much did it cost? Did it cost about $900, 9,000? Don't know. I do know that food is holy, sacred, and divine. And that we must eliminate food waste. And for me, it is essential as a citizen of Canada, North American citizen, a citizen of the world. Food security is extremely important personally, as I've been involved at different levels with ensuring food security and have been beneficent and past and present even. Food security by donations and by food security support on different levels. So I urge everybody to do as much as they can for food security, specifically, especially, first and foremost, my brothers and sisters who are more economically, financially, commercially placed in a position of wealth, riches, and affluence in an economic, financial, commercial manner. I'm broke, but my work is gold. And Kisses got 718 trillions of kisses credited from the goddess to give to all my willingly loving allies and armies. So kisses have some philosophy, poetry, great geopolitical analysis and theory, and fundamentals of basic economics. And as an independent artist, independent athlete, independent activist, geopolitical analyst and theorist, philosopher, poet, the world's greatest living dancing millennial rainbow poet, and yours truly, underground rapper, androgynous pansexual, founder of the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom. Make love tonight is the main message. Make love tonight is the main message. Make love tonight is the main message. I say a blessing over this tea. This tea I'm drinking is actually, I'm not getting any sponsorship, but just since it has been in the news, I'm going to say that the country of origin of this tea is processed and packed in Sri Lanka. So this tea that I'm drinking is processed and packed in Sri Lanka. This tea that I'm drinking is packed and processed in Sri Lanka, and also it's written pure Ceylon tea, prior name of Sri Lanka, of course. And I'm going to do a meditation, as of course as all ALL fruits, vegetables, and legumes, without exception, even this tea in its origins comes from the black fertile earth, being fertilized by the waters and the nutrients which exist within the black fertile earth, and the golden sun rays of the sun, and the nutrients and the vitamins within the sun, and the light and life and heat of the sun produced the tea which one of my brothers or sisters or brothers In Sri Lanka, farmers, workers on the tea fields, their hands, put their energy, and harvested the tea. So all fruits, vegetables, and legumes, including this tea and this lettuce that I'm gonna eat, this tomato that I'm gonna eat, it comes originally, it's created, made, and produced by the dance of the goddess. Don't have to say goddess, I say it, Mother Nature. Bless, bless, bless. The greatest scientist and artist. Mother Nature is the greatest scientist and artist. Continuously dances, as now at 6:19 p.m. EST in Hawk Island, Montreal. It is 3:19 on the west coast, that way, that way, that way. So in British Columbia, Vancouver, Seattle, Washington State, the Bay Area, San Francisco, California, LA, it is 3:19 p.m. See the black clouds gathering, dark stormy clouds, supposed to have some showers and storms and thunder maybe later tonight. This is classic green tea from Sri Lanka, calling for ceasefire, local, national, international, a global ceasefire, calling for the Dragan Zero World Peace Summit on Hawk Island, Montreal, where the leaders of the free world will meet me. Can go march around the Bound Mount Royal, live stream Facebook, Instagram, radio, and media, local, national, international, to have the World Peace, Dragan Zero World Peace Summit. Can march in steel toe boots around Hawk Island, Montreal, to discuss the implementation of my trinity of theories known as citizen integration theory, debt refusion theory, and democratic fusion theory. A trinity of theories to be implemented, I do firmly believe, at this point in time, is one of the solutions in parallel with other creative solutions. And by that trinity of theories known as citizen integration theory, debt refusion theory, and democratic fusion theory, a trinity of theories implemented for the creation of the two complementary government institutions, the International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force, aka the Dragan Army, to be of security and of service in parallel in a complementary, covenant, and cooperative way to the International Integrated Dance League, Dancing Goddess Army, to be cooperative, complementary, in a covenant way in order to secure the three essential elements of civilization, which are food, housing, and transport, with simple, effective rules of transportation for people to work, to go to work, to volunteer, to learn by citizen integration how, for example, here in Quebec, there's 63 dams work and operate across this great liable province, this great province, which were built by brains and muscle, and which enable me to use this electricity and energy to have heated this tea, to have cooked on the stove top this food, to have cooked it by brains and muscle, tens of thousands, perhaps hundreds of thousands of workers for the past and present. Thank you, thank you, thank you, love you, workers, truckers, farmers, for the food, which these lettuce, of course, these tomatoes, this bacon, who raise the cattle and the pigs and produce this bread, the bakers, the bakery, thank you, love you, hug you. The farmers who produce this lettuce, local lettuce, Canadian lettuce, or from the US, and the tomatoes, local tomatoes, or from the US, North America, I believe it's local tomatoes from Canada, and I believe the lettuce is also local, and the bread from the wheat. So all the lettuce, the tomato, the tea, the wheat, all those legumes and vegetables and fruits, and the wheat was made, produced, and created by the dance of the goddess with her brother the sun. Non-sectarian, non-sectarian, non-sectarian. You don't have to put that in the mystical way, this dance, sun always rises and always sets somewhere in the world at a point in time, right? Every second, sun rises and sun sets, and it's midday and midnight. Somewhere in the world, it's always midnight, it's always midday. The sun is always rising, and the sun is always setting at now, every second. So hopefully, where the sun's setting now, somebody's making love. And hopefully, somewhere the sun is rising now, somebody's making love and kissing. And when it's midnight, somebody's making love and kissing, massaging, washing. Somebody's midday in the heat, maybe going in the underneath the acacia tree, underneath the acacia tree, underneath the acacia tree from back when Moses and Miriam's the prophetess, as it was called, right? From ancient Egypt till today, as yours truly, Adrian Dragan, many past lives, many incarnation, a farmer by the Nile in ancient Egypt many a times, a farmer by the Euphrates in ancient Babylon, farmers by the Ganges in India in past lives, by the Danube in ancient Rome, and so on until today. From Montreal, Quebec, yours truly, North American citizen, global LGBTQ rainbow dragon. Not perfect, far from it, with vices, with issues, get moody, get upset, admit I'm broke and debt. 10,000 governments is asking me for another 2,200, which I do owe. Work with my work is gold. Triple vaccinated, open for business. Please increase in hygiene in public. Please increase in hygiene in public. Please increase in hygiene in public. Open carry the disinfectant. I'm in my underground room, office, and temple, sharing my philosophy, my geopolitical analysis and theory, my poetry, a little bit of my rap maybe. BLT, gonna rap for the farmers. Ready, set, hut, hut, hut. Gonna rap for the farmers. Thank you for those hands. Kiss them. Bless them. Everybody gotta eat. Rich or poor, you know, we all know farms, man. Gotta be grateful for that food. For that, whether you're in jail, whether you're a cop, fool. Gotta be grateful for that food. Whether you're a cop or in jail, fool. Whether you're in cop or in jail, fool. Gotta be grateful for that food. Kiss the farmers blue. Kiss the farmers, truckers who transported this food from the supply chains. Truckers now, east, west, north, south, carrying groceries and goods for us, for the food to build, maintain, or upgrade civilization. Hopefully, upgrade civilization. Food security. Hopefully, upgrade it. At least maintain it. Because we built civilization and now we got to balance in harmony with nature. We got to balance to be in harmony with nature. That's what the dancing goddess army is primarily for purpose and pleasure. And I'm here doing a special tea from Sri Lanka, wishing my theories to be implemented. Debt refusion theory, creating the two complementary and covenant and cooperative institutions to create the two local, national, international institutions integrated with all existing public and private institutions to secure food, housing, and transport, and then to work on the services. Whatever services can be offered, can be given with consent and hygiene and mutual understanding and love. With consent and hygiene and mutual understanding and love. With consent, mutual understanding and love. By citizen integration theory, debt refusion theory, democratic fusion theory, the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom, the national superintegrated states, aka Sri Lanka, my brothers and sisters, to have a debt refusion theory to formulate to save their economy by making it a transitory tourism, mass finance tourism by the multi-billionaires of corporation. Mass inject tourism for people to go and them, my brothers and sisters in Sri Lanka, to accommodate for a week, 2 weeks, people from Canada, United States, Germany, Israel. That's to make like a little bit of tourism by citizen integration theory and democratic fusion theory and debt refusion theory by the Dragon Army, East, West, North, South. Allow people to transport, go relax for a week, save it, inject, with debt refusion theory with the IMF, International Monetary Fund, and the World Bank. That is water. During COVID, have been and am advocating as I'm calling for a transition towards a post-COVID world, an economic, financial, and commercial system for pleasure and purpose, or purpose and pleasure. For purpose, to work towards this global civilization and humanity, to transcend and ensure and secure freedom. Freedom is, of course, is a double-edged sword. Gotta define it and ensure it. Balance, harmony between the public and the private. Right now I'm in my private underground room of some temple. In theory, I could turn everything off, stop this live stream, get naked, start dancing naked on Madonna, Tekashi 69, Kanye West, or whatever, in what order the music be it, or even soundtrack music or whatever music, if I want, right? Close the blinds, turn everything off, get naked, start dancing. I could do it. Sharing my philosophy, heart, theories, my meal, my meditations, and I want to discuss a little bit of a dream analysis I've watched with my friend. A great movie yesterday, and it was about great psychoanalysts Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung, and they went a little bit into the interpretation of dreams. Of course, my philosophy is, of course, as I do say, that 2 plus 2 equals 4, but that doesn't mean that we gotta write 2 plus 2 in only one color, only black, or only white, or only red, my favorite color, and the de facto color of the Dragon army, red, green of the goddess, dancing goddess army. You can write it in all the colors of the rainbow. 2, you can write it in red or green, the plus one line black, the other white. The other 2, we can write it, if we wrote the first 2 in green, we can write the second 2 in red, and or vice versa. The equal sign, we can write one line, the top line black, the upper line white, and the 4, we can write it purple, orange, and pink. So in the equation 2 plus 2 equals 4, we can have the black and the white and the colors of the rainbow mixed in that equation. Because yes, 2 plus 2 equals 4, and logic and mathematics, and part of my philosophies are based on logic and mathematics, but I am also an emotional being. We are beings of feelings, of emotions. They gotta work hand in hand, and it's like I say God, when they say God, well, I got a goddess. If the Pope would come here in my underground room office in Denver, I say, Mr. Pope. Whenever he says God, I'm gonna say Goddess and the Goddess. In a non-dogmatic, non-sectarian manner, as a universal spiritual teaching student, as I'm learning every day, so as much as philosophy or attainment of intellect and cosmopolitan parlance and sophisticated economic, financial, commercial jargon and verbiage, or of a psychological, psychoanalytical, or philosophical nature could use, sometimes I am also straightforward and direct, like my rent's paid in full for June, my electricity bill is paid in full for June, half of my phone bill is paid in full for June. That trinity of bills got food, and what I could fucking use be a good massage, Cannot afford it economically, financially, commercially, but I'm willing to trade. Dragon army of security and service to offer services integrated with all existing public and private institutions and organizations. Services with consent and hygiene, mutual understanding and love. Simple. Services cleaning, services cooking, services helping with the children. Taking the children out, they're driving the parents cuckoo crazy. They need a half an hour to sweat a little bit outside, run, jog, dance in a circle, roundabout, do some push-ups, do some squats, do my own created training program, the General War Integrated Whole Body Training System, aka the Dragon Army workout, aka the 300 workout, of which I'm proud to have created, and I've done more than 250 training sessions so far. I cannot stress enough the importance of exercise, training, and regular physical activity. It has been, is, and will be medicine and therapy for yours truly. I believe it is for many. I am calling for the mass financing with it, the Dragon Army, to encourage people to work out, train, exercise. Sometimes we need a good hug, good love, good massage, good food. Somebody say love you. Well, am I willing to love your allies and armies? I'm not just a blah 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 philosopher, because sometimes it does require action. And do admit in certain things, my brothers in the Commonwealth from Canada and part of the Commonwealth in England was saying that the many rail workers are in strike. As an independent creator of the Global Dragan Union and International Workers Alliance for the 21st Century, with principles and propositions both philosophical, ethical, moral, and of action. They're on strike. Right? I was wondering. I know in theory the trains, the locomotives, what they're constituted, how they travel, a little bit, general information, general knowledge, but and in depth with citizen integration theory and the Dragan Army. We could spend the weekend with the conductors. We could spend the weekend to learn about how farming is done, how the railway works, how transport, the big trucks work. That's why it's needed, not just for the collective of North American civilization, but for the free world, the Western world, and the whole world, as I'm a global citizen. Citizen integration theory, to learn, to be more cooperative, and more of a competition and constructive criticism. Because criticism, I can criticize myself. I admit publicly, and like the leaders of the free world don't read much from a piece of paper, 6 words. Hey, Mr. NATO Secretary, brother, Jens Stolberg. You don't have to cook for yourselves. Prime ministers, presidents, secretary generals of NATO and European Union leader bureaucrats, more bureaucrats than leaders, but I'm not perfect, far from it. I've suffered, been depressed, stagnated, struggled with as an artist, independent artist, struggled with precarious employment, struggled, suffered, made the libraries of the city of Hawk Island my second home for the past more than 7 years. And the many tens of thousands of books, my friends, and I'm learning every day. I'm looking at the smartphone. I know a little bit about it. I know a little bit of theory. Could be hacking me, somebody. Don't bother CSIS, Canadian Secret Service, because I admit I do watch a little bit of adult movies, a little bit of porn during the Sabbath of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom. Guilty. I don't play the self-righteous card. I do lust. I do have vices and get moody, get upset. With all that, I am for the greater good, and I do believe firmly, without a doubt, that at this point in time, June 22nd, my trinity of theories, implemented local, national, international, citizen integration theory, fusion theory, and democratic fusion theory, are what's needed, part of the solution. Citizen integration theory to combat alienation, which has grown since 1984. Specialization. Citizen integration is theory, so that we integrate and learn more how theater works, arts work, transport, bus drivers, railway drivers, truckers, farmers, Hydro-Quebec, hydro plants, electrical powers, electrical grids, all these things that we have as civilization and of nature, the flora, the fauna, and nature, and civilization to be in harmony, equilibrium, as much as we can. So I may call for the creation of the 2 complementary and covenant and cooperative institutions, the International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force, to be integrated with all existing public and private institutions, secure food, housing, and transport, to secure the holy, sacred, and divine trinity of civilization, secure the food, secure the housing, secure the transport. Make a meditation on that now, on the food. For tonight I have my food secured. In theory, even if I don't spend much money, not that I have any, I have maybe $7 until July 1st. I'm good. I got pasta, sardines, and noodles, and some leftovers in the fridge. So even if I don't spend any more money, everything that I have, I could in theory not buy anything until July 1st, and I have food secured. Even if I don't receive any more food or any more income. Still waiting for that first dollar donation. Auctioning this red shirt, starting at $15,718. North America PayPal only for the moment. North America shipping only, or make an offer for the hat. This hat is, I found it about 7 years ago, so yeah, it's my dancing partner for a moment. So I'm gonna make a big offer. I'm gonna bless it. So I'm gonna bless this shirt. If you want to run in it, jog in it, march in it, I'm gonna bless it so that you be able to do 1,000,000 push-ups in this shirt. I'm gonna bless it. Dragan Zero, bless it. Who wears it to do 1,000,000 push-ups, 1,000,000 squats, 1,000,000 hugs. That's how you get fit. Fitness. Calling for the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom educational protocols. Local, national, international. First and foremost, local Hack Island, Montreal, and coast to coast Canada. And as an American, twice in past lives, of course. Served in the U.S. Army 156 years ago, 718 miles that way, which is south. I served in the U.S. Army. Down 718 miles from Hawk Island south, that way from Hawk Island, 156 years ago served in the U.S. Army. Pay my dues, drop down, give Dragon 13 push-ups. Brothers and sisters, I'll do it with you. Coast to coast, we have my policy for the North American Civilizational Collective. For the collective of North American civilization is one border, two oceans. As a matter of fact, for the collective of North American civilization and for the Americas, North America, Central America, and South America. My own protocols and philosophies and calling for, mainly for the creation of the two complementary covenant and cooperative institutions, calling all willingly living for the International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force. International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force. Dragon Service and Security Army. Secure food, housing, and transport. Let's do a meditation now, brothers and sisters. Well, everything that we have, the internet, telecommunications, radio, television, public-private partnership, in a parallel life, science, innovation, and technology is my chosen path, where science, innovation, and technology in a parallel life, which a few weeks ago sent me 56,718 pages and got a headache because my parallel self, you gotta read this in 50 hours. So I said, whoa, from Friday to Monday, that's a lot of reading, and I can barely read a page. I can read more than a page, of course, if I will, but I'm just saying it's parallel self, science, innovation, and technology in that parallel life is my chosen life, where supercomputers, ICBM gadgets, microchips, telecommunications, satellites, that's in that parallel life, that's my universe. Satellites, supercomputers, microchips, smartphones, that's my life in that parallel life, where grew up in Germany, young adult, and migrated to Israel and spent the world traveling in science, innovation, and technology within North America, European Union, Japan, and Israel. And that's my parallel life. In this life, philosophy, poetry, independent psychosexual theory and analysis, and the irrational emotional, which gotta go hand in hand, the irrational and emotional, the feelings with the being, with the scientific and the technological high advances which we have. Right, we have satellites, what wonders of the world. I know general how it works in theory a little bit. I connect with my parallel self and I get headaches. But my parallel self also gets scratching his head because said you're too emotional. And I say to my parallel self who's science, innovation, and technology and builds satellites and supercomputers and microchips, I say you're too logical, you're too mathematical. So we both in conflict. Barely work together. It's tension. I'm too emotional, too physical, too psychological, too philosophical, some brain and some muscles, too sexual perhaps. I'm a little in this. I'm an androgynous pansexual. I'm pansexual. LGBTQ proud, baby. Global rainbow dragon. In that parallel self, I'm close to being asexual. I have bisexual tendencies in that parallel life, but not too lustful as I am in this parallel life. In this, so science and technology, they gotta work hand in hand together. It's like civilization and nature, but it also asks what exactly, what concrete to do, right? Because I can blah 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 for 3 hours and just use too many words. Which what exactly? Well, death row fusion theory is what exactly. taking all public and private debt. My private is 9,970.37, so almost $10,000 in debt. I admit. Pay some interest on it. Of course, the interest goes up. If the bank rate, central banks, is tied, all the debt, mortgages, all the debt is tied within the Federal Reserve or central banks, right? If the rate from the central bank goes up, so does the other. All the debt goes up. All the debt goes up that we have. So we pay more debt. So debt refusion theory, taking all private and public debt, local, national, international, first from the collective of North American civilization. The North American Civilizational Collective across NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and Israel and allies in Africa, Middle East, the Americas, and for that matter, calling all the world a ceasefire and the implementation of these trinity of theories. But I am part of the North American Civilizational Collective, the collective of North American civilization. Many things I don't know, and some things I am mediocre, some things I am average, some things I'm so-so, some things I have general knowledge, some things I'm perhaps fucking useless. Another joke I've said in the back, at one point I had trouble changing a light bulb, messed the whole thing up. So citizen integration theory, in parallel at the same time with debt refusion theory, taking all private and public debt, my debt, private debt. If I'm X1 and if X represents the private debt of private citizens, if I'm X1 and you are X2, and there's hundreds of thousands, millions, tens of millions, local, national, international, plus the private and the public debt. If Y1 represents Canada, Y2 United States, Y3 Germany, Y4 Israel, and our European Union or countries, let's say 77 countries throughout the Americas, 93 countries, 156 countries, taking all private and public debt, taking that number, refusing it, pegging it to the US dollar, and creating a universal unit of exchange. What I call the UE, the UE, the UE. And with this, create, finance the two complementary covenant and cooperative institutions. The International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force, aka the Dragan Army, Service and Security with the Dancing Goddess Army, aka the the National Integrated Dance League. These two complementary and covenant and cooperative institutions, by debt refusion theory and application of citizen integration theory, to be these two complementary covenant and cooperative institutions to be integrated with all existing public and private institutions and to work together to increase in recycling methods, better recycling information, citizen integration theory for citizens, young, old, of all ages, all genders, all sexual orientation, to the Dancing Goddess Army is going to be integrated. The National Integrated Dance League for pleasure and purpose, environmental purpose and education, and dancing for the body as exercise, as pleasure, and the Dragan Army to be of security of service, integrated with all institutions and organizations that are dealing in security, private and public, local, national, international, police forces, RCMP, Armed Forces of Canada, FBI, CIA. Don't spy on me. I watched a little bit of pornography, not too much, a little bit during the weekend. I watched a little bit of porn. Smoke sometimes, rarely. Recreational, legal cannabis. I am for legalizing, standardizing, and sanitization, and hygiene and information of marijuana, cannabis, mushrooms, cocaine, ecstasy, and speed. Not the dangerous ones. That's why we gotta secure with the Dragan Army, so that we'll also address the crises of illicit drugs that are better legalized. Make a deal, make a pact. The Dragan Army, Dragon Zero, Dancing Goddess and Dragon Kingdom, North American World Act for world peace, international justice, and security, and ensure global freedom and attaining harmony between civilization and nature. Because all fruits, vegetables, and legumes are created by the dance of the goddess with her brother the sun. All fruits, vegetables, like our brothers and sisters, farmers, harvest for us to build, maintain, or upgrade civilization. It's lettuce, tomato, wheat. So thank you, farmers. Love you, kiss you, hug you, massage you. Parliament of Canada, go give the farmers a massage. Congress, US, go give the farmers a massage, kiss them a little bit, give them a good hug. Truckers with it, grocery store clerks with a good hug, thanks. All workers in the warehouses, thank you, love you. Loading, unloading trucks. Since I'm calling for the Dragan Army of Security and Service, securing food, housing and transport, and debt refusion theory, citizen integration theory, and democratic fusion, local, national, international, a public-private partnership, and debt refusion, and to apply citizen integration theory, be of security and of service, and learn and volunteer, 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 calling for all willingly living volunteer for this advocacy, this work, this mission, for this 21st century. International Workers Alliance, of course, the Global Dragan Union. Of course, let's do a meditation now. Food, housing, and transport. From Hawk Island, Montreal, a big metropolis of 2.5 million people. How many are late on the rent? Don't know. How many struggle paying rent? Mortgages, with the rates increasing. People are at risk of losing their house. Debt refusion theory. Securing food, housing, and transport. Local, national, international. 3 secured, we can work on the 4th dimension. Services. Of course, to work towards attaining harmony between civilization and nature, and to increase in acts of goodness with kindness. Also, practical, tangible services. Cleaning, cooking, help with the children, working out, training, do push-ups, hawk squats, play soccer, dance, physical activity, learn, write poetry, even rap. Rap for the farmers, rap for the workers, clap, clap, clap. Rap for the truckers, blah, blah, blah. Rap for the grocery store workers, yep. For the warehouse workers, yep. Steel toe boots, hat. Steel toe boots, mending a sweats, they need a massage, give them a hug, give them some love. Warehouses, in the farmers making the food, transport, yep. With them trucks carrying loads up across this North America and the world. That's what's up on the supply chains. Supply chains. This trinity of theories, I believe that it's part of the solution. Part. Complementary with other creative solutions. The creation of the 2 complementary and covenant and cooperative institutions. The National Integrated Dance League, integrated now, be an all gender, all ages, all sexual orientation, inclusive dance league. You can have competitive and organized dancers and professional dancers, but generally overall, mainly of course, for pleasure and purpose. Dance, 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 and pleasure. Environmental education, increasing in recycling, better recycling methods, increasing in compost practices, solar power, increasing better recycling, better environmental practices in public and in private as much as we can. I'm grateful, thankful to the Hydro-Quebec workers, 63 dams operating clean, renewable, zero-emission energy. Citizen integration theory, to go citizens and go see how the dams work. I have a few hours on an XYZ Monday or weekend or mid-week to go see some of the dams or a dam. And workers of Hydro-Quebec say, wow, energy, clean, renewable energy. To see how the farms, go on the farm for a few hours. Citizen integration theory. Go see how the recycling plant operates, where the sanitation workers work, where they bring the garbage out, it's composted, all these processes. Citizen integration theory, to fight alienation, alienation, alienation. Be a local international community, bridge the rural and the urban, bridge the urban and the rural. The bridge in partnership, public-private partnership. I could use a fresh start. Not just me, you, to move towards a post-COVID world, an economic, financial, commercial post-COVID world. Our brothers and sisters from, understand, people from big corporations, multi-millionaires, multi-billionaires, they're back in business like COVID didn't do nothing, and did created even more economic inequalities, calling for the multi-millionaires, multi-billionaires, CEOs of the patriarchal sports leagues, and multi-millionaire athletes in the patriarchal sports leagues of the NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB, to mass finance people to work out, train, exercise. Why not the Dragan Army? People to train, do push-ups, challenge them to do my workouts, which I've been doing in the sun. Push-up for push-up, squat for squat, hawk for hawk, step for step. See if y'all multi-millionaires can do it. The workouts. My workouts are gold, hardcore, raw, real, revolutionary. Dragan armies, much as they're sophisticated philosophy behind it, analyzing different natures, and we have different natures, and some things we don't admit. We're dealing, we're suffering, I've suffered, struggled, been depressed, lost economic, financial, commercial continuity and opportunity and blessings due to being part of the LGBTQ community where I'm a minority and want my rainbow dragon as in the rap industry. You already got Lil Nas X to deal with. Me and Lil Nas X twerking for world peace. So we gotta fight racism, prejudices with our hearts and our subconscious. These forces sometimes move us. Secret lusts, secret fears, irrational cravings and desires are part of us. Different levels of our natures. Some are more lustful than others. Some are more scientific, mathematical, calculating, less physical. Some like black coffee, like a little bit of sugar in it, a little bit of milk. Some don't like tomatoes. Some don't like lettuce, romaine. Some only eat romaine lettuce, maybe. I don't know, perhaps. Mostly. XYZ. All this diversity within the collective of North American civilization, even within my own neighborhood. So diverse, multicultural, and we gotta work the citizen integration theory, debt refusion theory, democratic fusion theory, ensure and secure freedom. And freedom is a double-edged sword. I step outside, I'm no longer just private citizen. I'm also public citizen. With new added obligations and responsibility added. If I'm here, I'm private. I'm sharing public, but I'm private. I can turn everything off, get naked, dance on Kanye West, Madonna, and Tekashi 6ix9ine naked music on their music if I will. All right. I don't have. Don't ask me for the what do you call it. I don't have the OnlyFans. $1 million from opening the OnlyFans. PayPal, North America only. I'm gonna open the OnlyFans when I get the 1 million. The 1 million will go half to my anonymous sister, half to my anonymous sister, The rest, the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom. That's it. 42 minutes in it. 6:56 p.m. EST. A little bit of blah blah blah. Main messages: make love tonight. Main messages: make love tonight. Main messages: make love tonight with consent and hygiene. Kiss. Founding the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom with 718 trillions of kisses credited from the goddess, which dances with her brother the sun. Got one kiss from the goddess of heavens above, and that kiss turned into all these trillions of kisses credited to yours truly, Adrian Hanna Dragon, with the condition to willingly give to all my willingly loving allies and armies. Kisses got. I'm founding the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom. 718 trillions of kisses. Kiss trillionaire. Broke, but my work is gold. Broke, but my work is gold. Broke, but my work is gold.